All right, hello and welcome back to Izmir, Turkey. I've been in here, the city now, for probably about a week, just under a week, and I've visited so many things. So that's kind of what I wanted this video to be about today, of what there is actually to do in Izmir, Turkey. So here, I'm kind of walking along the waterway. It's like a walkway, I forget what they call it, but it's about 2 to 3 kilometers long. And it's basically where people like just come and fish. As you can see, it overlooks I believe that's the Marmaris Sea. It is the Marmaris Sea, and it's just kind of a calming feeling around here. A lot of the locals, tourists, it's something to do. It's in the Alsancak neighborhood, and that's actually where I'm staying. So I just got done visiting the Ataturk Museum, which was absolutely wonderful. So if you have a chance to do that, you definitely should. But I definitely want to talk about, you know, what there is to do in this city and all the museums and the bazaars that you can go to. So come along with me today and we'll explore. Okay, so no matter where you're going in this city, it all depends on how you want to get there. And for me, as you know, if you've been watching my vlogs, I walk pretty much everywhere I go. But you definitely don't have to do that here in Izmir. They make it so convenient to be walking around. As you can see behind me, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different paths. And as you can see, that gentleman just passed. That path right there is specific for the scooters here, whether you have your own or there are so many here to rent. They basically just like you get an app, you plug it into your phone, and then you can rent a scooter, and it takes the money right out. In fact, there's somebody coming up here with it now. Also, it's a bike path, which leads me to the next thing, is that you're able to rent the city bikes here as well. So there's the motor scooters, or the battery powered scooters, the bikes, and as you can see here, there's one of those scooters that you can rent that they're just all over the city. I saw a lot of those in Istanbul as well, but a lot of people here use them. So you can pretty much ride them anywhere. So of course, taxis are literally everywhere in this city too. There's the train, the metro, big buses, little buses, yeah, so you name it, you could find it here. So depending on how you want to get around, Izmir makes it very convenient for you to get around the city. So and actually you can see behind me, there's a little bit of what you might call like a train, like a little mini train that you'd see going through the cities, and basically it just goes up and down this walkway area, and that's the track I'm actually on right now, so I'm gonna move. But yeah, so you can get the scooters, you can rent bikes, you can get cabs, you can get whatever you pretty much want to get around the city, or you can be like me and just walk. So that's what we're gonna do today, and I'm gonna head to the next place. Okay, so if walking near the sea isn't your thing, or biking, Izmir being the third most populated city in Turkey with just over 4 million people, there's plenty of shops here. Even if you don't go to, like, say, the bazaars where a lot of people like to go, especially for tourism, but window shopping here. You walk down the city streets, you get off of the boardwalk near the sea a little bit, and you can walk through the city streets, just people watch and shop watch and just look at all the things around. But there's plenty of beautiful architecture, it being a very old city like any other city in Turkey. So definitely come through here and just kind of do window shopping. Even if you're not window shopping, if you're in the market to buy something, there's plenty of shops to walk around through the city streets with. Okay, so as you can see out in front of me here, this whole boardwalk or walkway in front of the Al Sunchuk neighborhood here is just lined with cafes. So just like anything else in Turkey, you're gonna come here, you're gonna eat the food. So all these have their own traditional Turkish cuisines and meals. Like you got the kebabs, baklavas, kenefes. You have all the traditional Turkish foods, and so you definitely won't go hungry, because literally this whole coastline right here is just their cafes and restaurants and things like that, whether it's fish or meat or vegetarians or anything. Anything that you'd want to eat you can find here. So the one thing you're going to do when you come to Izmir is you're going to eat, and you're going to eat good. So you're definitely going to want to do that, because whether you're taking one of those scooters or a bike or you're walking, you're going to get hungry throughout the day, and you're never going to go too far to get a meal. So the food is delicious. I hope you indulge in a lot of the Turkish cuisine. So it's one of the reasons people come here, is because the Turkish food is equally as good and has the reputation of Italian food and Mexican food. So Turkish cuisine, come to the restaurants while you're walking along this beautiful walkway in Al Sunchuk neighborhood. And also, while I'm on it, I just kind of want to touch base again. This is where you can like rent the bikes here. You basically just, once again, like the scooters, and the scooters are right here as well. Just fill out an app, scan it, and I believe it pays right off of that. You pay right off of that. So this is the area that you can get them, but like I said, they are literally all over the place in the city, so you shouldn't have a hard time finding one of these scooters or a bike. And of course, a trip to Izmir wouldn't be complete without going to the most iconic spot in Izmir Square in Konak here, or Konak, however you want to pronounce it, is the Izmir Clock Tower. It was built in 1901. There's really not much to see here other than, you know, the beautiful architecture of the clock tower itself. But just to be known, you'll be greeted with a plethora of pigeons who fear nothing, really. So they don't really fly away once you walk up to them. If you're not looking down, you might just crush one. So but yeah, this is the Izmir clock tower. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's free, you don't have to pay anything. And like I said, it's kind of right in the city center here of Izmir. So right off the Marmaris, down here, the walkway that I was on before, and then you turn around the other way and the bazaar is going to be that way. So it's kind of a centrally located place. And once I said, like I said, it's kind of an iconic symbol here in Izmir. You can't really come to Izmir without actually seeing the clock tower. So it's definitely one thing you'll pass by whether you want to or not, because it's, you know, centrally located between all the sites that you want to see anyway. Plus, you should stop by and check it out anyway, because it's a beautiful clock tower. And definitely one thing that you probably know already, but if you don't, that's why I'm here, I guess, is to visit the bazaar here in Izmir. I'm going to do a whole separate video about this bazaar because it requires such its own video with so much information. It's just crowded down here. It's one of the oldest things here in Izmir. The market is almost as old as the city. You're talking, you know, almost 500 years old. So it's definitely an old market. It's covered, so it's a good place to get some shade. And it's definitely a good way to spend your day. So as you're just walking through, there's so much you can buy here. If you don't feel like shopping as you're walking through the city, you're gonna find bargains in here. They're gonna tell you it's name brand stuff, but most of the time it's not. But keep in mind that there are department stores and their own shopping centers inside the bazaar as well. So check it out. Okay, well, if walking the city really isn't your cup of tea, or you're just looking to take a day off and just kind of relax and enjoy the weather, you can come to places like this, Kultur Park here in Izmir. It's a beautiful park. It's a large park, and it's so equipped for you to walk once again, to take those scooters. There's even the trolley that comes through here. So one of the many parks here in Izmir is definitely a good choice to come as you're walking through the city. There's plenty of green areas, plenty of places just to sit and relax, and there's definitely plenty of art all around the city. So you can come to places like this just to relax, have a picnic or whatever too. There are green areas inside the city of Izmir, even though it is such a heavily populated metropolitan area. So yeah, parks, definitely visit the parks here in Izmir. Okay, so I am standing right in front of the Izmir Archaeological Museum. And that brings me to my last and final thing to do here in Izmir. Of course, you're gonna have your own list depending on what you want to do. I love museums, especially archaeological museums. Now, I'm not sure if they're gonna allow me to film or not. But yeah, I'm gonna go check in the museum. So I'm gonna close off this vlog because where I started was the Ataturk Museum, and now I'm gonna end with the Archaeological Museum. Of course, I'll show you footage if I can take it at the end of the video. But I just want to say these are all the things that I want to do here, or I did here in Izmir. And I think that if you visited Izmir, these are the things that you would like to do too, as far as, you know, just kind of transporting yourself around the city, whether it's by foot or a scooter or bike or taxi. Taking it all in, looking at the city for what it is, checking out the museums, checking out the bazaar, the clock towers, all the squares throughout the city centers, whether it's in Alsancak or here in Konak. Also the boardwalk along the sea, the Marmara Sea. These are all things that you can do, and they're cheap or free to do. So getting by in Izmir as a tourist is definitely a very inexpensive thing to do here. So you should enjoy yourself, do all the things, and so yeah, I'm gonna go inside the museum, check it out, and thanks for watching today's vlog. I appreciate it. If you watch till the end, I really appreciate it, and thanks for your continued support. All right guys, until the next video, peace.